This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Anything interesting on him?
It's midnight here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Go ahead, run. I need a break.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 1 a.m. All quiet here.
Again.
Interloper. In your ignorance, you have invaded the sovereign territory of Mars. I am bound by honor to give you one warning before I take you to the Galactic Court by force.
Stay safe out there.
If you resist, I will be forced to use lethal force.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day.
You're
all
a ghoul.
across the continent.
I'm not a goo, hell.
All quiet.
If you could comprehend my language,
Stay safe out there.
you would know that you just delivered a grave insult to my mother. Leave before I get angry.
Whoa, whoa! Let's calm down and talk about this.
Ah, invoking the interstellar right of ambassadorship. Very well. You may make your case for your presence. Be warned. Transgressing against the sacred ceasefire will trigger the electro-neuromagnetic traps that will boil the brain of any human in the room.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
But you're only a human. What could you possibly know of our technology?
I have something for you.
What's this? You have an offering for me? Usually humans bring me items for study, not scribblings. Wait. Katie? She's leaving? But I mean, I see the chief ambassador has... forget it.
You're tuned to Radio
No
Freedom,
point in
voice
keeping
of
up the
Minutemen.
act now, I guess.
Nothing to report.
It works better on children and kenned out raiders anyway. So, Katie couldn't come out here herself. And that's why she sent you, Nessie.
Hold on. I have some questions first.
After that performance, I figured you would. Go ahead and ask then.
Who are you?
I'm Franklyn, and I'm actually from a marsh, not Mars. But Katie misheard me. I mostly made a living selling salvage, but I didn't have much luck with that. People saw my face or heard my voice, and I'd be lucky not to get chased out with bullets. Always been like that. Then the little lady saw me one day, and instead of screaming ghoul, she called me an alien, and asked me if I was looking for things to study. I figured being an alien couldn't be worse than being a ghoul. Turns out it's better, safer, and even profitable. First, Katie started bringing me food and junk to trade. Then a caravaneer stoned out on chems bought into it, and now I practically have a brand going.
What's with the outfit?
It's just some old gear. Katie was the one who called it a spacesuit. I modified the gun to fit the image afterwards. Katie's got a big imagination, but at least she treats me like a person, even if she thinks I'm from another planet. She even wanted to draw a comic book of me someday. The super awesome galactic adventures of Franklyn the Martian and Katie the Human.
That's all I needed to know.
Hope that clears things up. So, was I right about you getting sent here for Nessie?
That's right.
The smelly thing is all yours. Good thing you came. I don't know how much longer I could stand around smelling her fertilizer. And, sorry for the act earlier. I've gotten kinda used to it, but I guess it won't be the same without Katie around. Doesn't like me very much after some of the experiments Katie thought would be fun to play at. But she should follow you back to the farm without a fuss. I'll miss Katie. Take care of her and her family, will ya?
What are you gonna do now?
Probably move on. Find somewhere I can find more salvage. And keep selling alien artifacts to whoever's chemmed out enough to buy them. It'll be lonelier, but maybe I can visit Katie sometime, once she's settled. but I'm sure she'll forget all about me soon enough.
Do you want to set up a permanent shop? I know the perfect place.
For real? I didn't expect you to say that, but a permanent place sounds amazing. Yeah, I can see it now. Franklyn's Fine Martian Wares. Or Franklyn's Emporium of Galactic... No, too long. You've got yourself a deal, human.
Here at Radio Freedom. Hope you're listening from a safe place. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. This is Radio Freedom. It's 4 a.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
You're Franklyn? From Mars? I guess I can see it with the suit and the eyes and the gun.
Yeah, it's not really true. I'm a ghoul and not an alien, as you can see. I'm sorry for lying, Katie.
It's all right. I already knew that. I'm not dumb, you know. I've seen nice schools before, but it was so much fun to play, wasn't it?
You're a smart kid, Katie. I guess I needed to believe I was Franklyn from Mars. More than you did.
This is all very nice, but what about our Nessie?
She's back in her pen, safe and sound. And I'm sorry for taking her in the first place. I was going to...
Franklyn, don't say that. Mom, Dad, I was the one that took Nessie out of her pen. I tried to go and get her back, but you wouldn't let me go.
And you should have told us that right away. What were you thinking? I was worried sick about her. Mr. Franklyn, thank you for keeping Nessie safe and bringing her back. Though I'm not sure how I feel about you playing aliens with my daughter.
She is a very special cow.
It's 5 a.m.
In fact,
This is
if
Radio
you figure
Freedom,
out how
voice
to
of
make
the
her milk
Minutemen.
glow, maybe we could
All
team
quiet,
up.
which is how we
Things
like
that
it.
glow sell
Stay safe
faster.
out there, people.
Glowing Brahmin milk? Improbable, but I doubt anyone's tried before. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad she was abducted by an alien instead of wandering off by herself. And Franklyn is... interesting. I always knew Katie was too smart to get that carried away with make-believe, but I wasn't expecting this. He's definitely onto something with his branding, though. I've seen caravans cash out for less. I'll definitely talk more with him on the road. Speaking of, we're all packed up and ready. Are you all set?
Anything else I can do to help?
Nothing besides the heavy lifting. And that's Nessie's job now that we have her back. We're all set otherwise. How about you?
You're tuned to Radio Freedom.
Absolutely.
Voice of the
I'm ready to
Minutemen.
go.
So where are we heading?
Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
All generators on foot.
I can't believe you convinced him to come with us. You're amazing, you know that? This'll be so much fun. Once I'm not grounded anymore anyway. True superheroes never ask for a reward, but they always deserve it. I went and grabbed all this stuff from my secret hiding spot for you. Here.
Good morning, Commonwealth. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Now, you almost got away with that.
This is Radio Freedom. It's 10 a.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
That wasn't in the script. that is.
This is Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Don't mean to make you nervous.
Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Don't look, but I think you're being watched.
There you are.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Minutemen alert.
No. Please.
That's it.
You've got to help me.
I love old world widgets. Worth a fair amount, too.
This is Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
I like shadows. This is taking it a little too far.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Sweet.
You're gonna help me now, right?
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Don't worry. I'm here to rescue you.
Oh my god, thank you. Let's go.
Four o'clock. You're tuned to Minuteman Radio. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Hey,
I don't know how to thank you for that rescue we pulled off.
are you glad you decided to support the Minutemen now?
Of course. It's good to know we've got each other's backs.
Farm's not much, but it's something.
I just want to trade a few things.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Very nice. They're called gunners. So if you see any, make sure you stay far away from them, all right? Okay, now, I gotta go. Wherever you are, stay safe. I'll see you again soon, sweetheart.
It's getting dark out there.
Jake.
Oh, hey, Slick. I didn't hear you come in. Turns out our radio connection between the hub and the ASAMs works just fine. I was just recording a message for someone.
Oh?
Yeah. Well, after the whole gun thing, I just... well, it's kind of... this is awkward. I'm sort of hoping to keep this private. What I wouldn't give for an interruption right now.
Search complete.
Huh? Oh, right. I asked the robot to find my screwdriver. Good timing. I don't mean to question your logic, Chip, but does that look like a screwdriver to you?
Affirmative.
You know what? You're right. Turns out this hammer is my screwdriver after all. Good work. Now, why don't you go patrol or something?
Protect and serve.
That bot ain't right.
You need some help.
You think? Tell you what, Slick. If you can find my screwdriver, I'll tell you who I was recording the message for. It's probably past time I told you anyway. Sound fair?
All right, deal.
All right, then. We have ourselves a gentleman's agreement.
It's about a vault here in the Commonwealth. So there's that vault. It's number 81. It's pretty much closed all the time, right? Well, the rumor is that
You might want to focus on the valuable salvage. We'll break your back carrying worthless scrap.
I don't really know how.
Here.
Hey, you found it. Thanks. It's driving me nuts looking for this thing. Okay, you held up your side of the deal. I'll spill the beans on who I was recording that message for. Ready for a little history of Jake?
Tell me the whole story.
All right, full backstory it is. So, as I'm sure you already figured out, I'm not exactly local to these parts. I come from a settlement called Sanford. You ever heard of it? It's a nice place, providing you don't mind the odd cyclone or two.
Where's that town?
Oh, it's quite a long way from here. Way down in the southwestern parts of the waste. Anyway, that's where I grew up and became a young man. And where I met this young woman. One thing led to another, and well, you know how it goes. You met someone and had a son, and I met someone and had a...
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah, that's right. I had a little girl. I named her Laura. And from the moment she was born, that kid became my world.
What the? Oh, that damn generator again! This is the 5th time it's stalled today!
If something's wrong, maybe I can help.
It's the old plutonium well. The generator that kickstarts the fission reaction. It's been real temperamental lately. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, could you...
It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Hey, robot.
Protect and serve.
I assume you can fix that?
Affirmative. Please stand by.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
I think we're right under Concord.
You know what about the railroad? The group that actually helps suits the one escaping.
Ah, got the generator humming again, I see. Thanks. It's no fun trying to work in the dark. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So, years pass, and Laura grows up. However, but I'd still see... So, one day, I broadcast... Now, you gotta understand. Laura's the most punctual kid you'd ever meet. She was never late for anything. Naturally, I begin to panic a little, worrying if
This
something
is bad might
Radio
happen. Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
Do you need a minute to gather your thoughts?
Stay safe out there, everyone.
Sorry. I was just remembering. You see, when I got there,
Multiple hostile targets detected. Requesting backup.
Hostile targets? What is that robot? Oh, for crying out loud. Could you go lend the bucket of bolts a hand? As annoying as it can be sometimes, it'd be a pain in the ass to have to rebuild it.
We could always use some more ammo.
Hi.
Thanks for being mad. Now, let's see if I can finish my story. So, I arrived at Caitlin's house, gun in hand and ready for the worst. I opened the door and there was no one there.
What do you mean? What happened?
At first I thought someone must have broken into the place, abducted Caitlin and my kid. The more I looked around, the more I realized everything was tidy. No signs of struggle. And then I noticed all their belongings were missing. I ran to Laura's room. All her toys, books, even her ham radio was gone.
This is Radio
They hadn't been
Freedom, voice
kidnapped.
of the Minutemen.
They
It's
just
past
packed up
10
and
p.m.
left.
All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there.
That's terrible.
I'll tell you, having your whole world flipped upside down like that, Well, I don't have to tell you how that feels. Well, there's no way in hell I was gonna let Caitlin just disappear with my daughter. After asking around, I found out they booked passage on a caravan. They'd set off that very morning. I dashed back home, gathered a few essentials, and set off in pursuit.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
That's awful.
Nothing to report.
No
Stay
parent
safe
should
out
have
there.
to lose their child.
You'd know that better than most. Anyway, I tracked that damn caravan halfway across the wasteland. By the time I caught up with it, it had made its final stop. Here, in the Commonwealth. Caitlin and Laura had already departed, but I knew where they were now. Since then, I've put out a radio message every night, hoping Laura might hear it. Know that her dad is out here looking for her. After our little run-in with the gunners, I needed to warn her to stay away from them. I know she probably won't hear it, but still, I had to try.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just... I've not really spoken to anyone about Laura since I got here.
11 p.m. now.
Unless you count the Ron. Anyway, thanks for listening.
All quiet.
Feels good to finally share. Get everything off my chest.
What is it now? Feral dwarves? Irradiated death claws? Find your piece of this one's a goner.